Today in History, May 4th.
1256 The Augustinian monastic order is constituted at the Leceda Monastery when Pope Alexander IV issues a papal bull Licet Ecclesiae Catholicae.
1415 Religious reformers John Wycliffe and Jan Hus are condemned as heretics at the Council of Constance.
1436 Assassination of the Swedish rebel, later national hero, Engelbrekt Engelbrektsson.
1471 Wars of the Roses, the Battle of Tewkesbury. Edward IV defeats a Lancastrian army and kills Edward of Westminster, Prince of Wales.
1493 Pope Alexander VI divides the New World between Spain and Portugal along the line of demarcation. 1626 Dutch explorer Peter Minuit arrives in New Netherland, present-day Manhattan Island, aboard the Sea-Mew.
1686 The municipality of Iligan is founded in the Philippines.
1776 Rhode Island becomes the first American colony to renounce allegiance to King George III.
1799 Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, the Battle of Seringapatam. The siege of Seringapatam ends when the city is invaded and Tipu Sultan killed by the besieging British Army under the command of General George Harris.
1814 Emperor Napoleon arrives at Porto-Ferraio on the island of Elba to begin his exile.
1814 King Ferdinand VII abolishes the Spanish Constitution of 1812, returning Spain to absolutism.
1836 Formation of Ancient Order of Hibernians.
1859 The Cornwall Railway opens across the Royal Albert Bridge linking Devon and Cornwall in England.
1869 The Naval Battle of Hakodate is fought in Japan.
1871 The National Association T. He First Professional Baseball League opens its first season in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
1886 Haymarket Affair in Chicago, United States. A homemade bomb is thrown at police officers trying to break up a labor rally, killing one officer. Ensuing gunfire leads to the deaths of a further 7 officers and 4 civilians.
1904 The United States begins construction of the Panama Canal.
1910 The Royal Canadian Navy is created.
1912 Italy occupies the Ottoman island of Rhodes.
1919 May 4th Movement. Student demonstrations take place in Tiananmen Square in Beijing, China, protesting the Treaty of Versailles, which transferred Chinese territory to Japan.
1926 The United Kingdom general strike begins.
1927 The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is incorporated.
1932 in Atlanta, mobster Al Capone begins serving an 11-year prison sentence for tax evasion.
1942 World War II. The Battle of the Coral Sea begins with an attack by aircraft from the United States aircraft carrier USS Yorktown on Japanese naval forces at Tulagi Island in the Solomon Islands.
The Japanese forces had invaded Tulagi the day before.
1945 World War II. Neuengamme concentration camp near Hamburg is liberated by the British Army.
1945 World War II. The German surrender at El Nieberg Heath is signed, coming into effect the following day. It encompasses all Wehrmacht units in the Netherlands, Denmark and northwest Germany. 1946 in San Francisco Bay, U.S. Marines from the nearby Treasure Island Naval Base stop a 2-day riot at Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. 5 people are killed in the riot.
1949 The entire Torino football team, except for 2 players who did not take the trip, Soro Tom, due to an injury, and Renato Gandolfi, because of coach request, is killed in a plane crash.
1953 Ernest Hemingway wins the Pulitzer Prize for The Old Man and the Sea.
1959 The first annual Grammy Awards are held.
1961 American Civil Rights Movement, the Freedom Riders.
Began a bus trip through the South.
1961 Malcolm Ross and Victor Prather attain a new altitude record for manned balloon flight ascending in the Stratolab, the open gondola, to 113,740 feet 34.67 kilometers.
1970 Vietnam War, Kent State shootings. The Ohio National Guard sent to Kent State University after disturbances in the city of Kent the weekend before opens fire, killing for unarmed students and wounding 9 others.
The students were protesting the Cambodian campaign of the United States and South Vietnam.
1970 to the Don't Make a Wave Committee, a fledgling environmental organization founded in Canada in 1971, officially changes its name to Greenpeace Foundation.
1973, the 108-story Sears Tower in Chicago is topped out at 451 feet for 142 meters as the world's tallest building.
1978. The South African Defense Force attacks a SWAPO base at Kasinga in southern Angola, killing about 600 people. 1979. Margaret Thatcher becomes the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
1982. 20 sailors are killed when the British Type 40 destroyer HMS Sheffield is hit by an Argentinian Exocet missile. During the Falklands War.
1988, the PepCon disaster rocks Henderson, Nevada, as tons of space shuttle fuel detonate during a fire. 1989, Iran-Contra affair, former White House aide Oliver North is convicted of 3 crimes and acquitted of 9 other charges. The convictions are later overturned on appeal.
1990 Latvia declares independence from the Soviet Union.
1994, Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and PLO leader Yasser Arafat sign a peace accord, granting self-rule in the Gaza Strip and Jericho.
1998 A federal judge in Sacramento, California, gives Unabomber Theodore Kaczynski for life sentences plus 30 years after Kaczynski accepts a plea agreement sparing him from the death penalty. 2000 Ken Livingstone becomes the first mayor of London, an office separate from that of the Lord Mayor of London.
2002, 103 people are killed and 51 are injured in a plane crash near Malam Aminu Kano International Airport in Kano, Nigeria.
2007 Greensburg, Kansas is almost completely destroyed by a 1.7-mile-wide EF5 tornado. It was the first ever tornado to be rated as such with the new enhanced Fujita scale.
2014, 3 people are killed and 62 injured in a pair of bombings on buses in Nairobi, Kenya.
2019, the inaugural all-female motorsports series, W Series, takes place at Hockenheimring. The race was won by Jamie Chadwick, who would go on to become the inaugural season's champion. Anti-Bullying Day, United Nations.
Bird Day, United States.
Kasinga Day, Namibia.
Coal Miners' Day, India.
Death of Milan Rastislav Tefnik Day, Slovakia.
Greenery Day, Japan. International Firefighters Day.
Literary Day, Republic of China. Youth Day, China.
Star Wars Day.
World Give Day.
Youth Day, Fiji.
Thanks for watching.